Hi, Internet viewers. This is Frank Rauscher again. The last time we worked on the bird was we finished the tail up on the underneath side, and I finished all the burning, which I was asking you to do. And now we're going to start on the rump. So I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see what's going on here. We'll take some measurements and we'll bring the rump into shape. And we'll go from there, okay? So hang in there, and I will bring the camera down. Thanks. Okay, we're back again. What I want to do is take some measurements so that you have the right location. This is the rump down here, but what we have is like a staged rump up further here. And what I don't know exactly what it's called professionally, which I'll get around to doing it one of these days to inform you with that. But what I want to do is measure up from the tip of the large feather, or the longest one, in, and I want you to make that 2 inches and put a dot. Then what I want you to do, at that dot, I want you to lay your ruler right on the center line, and you should have the center line in there, I hope. And you want to get it right running with the center line, and then that would then give you, draw a light line going across right here, like that. And that'll be like a tangent point. And I'll show you what I'm trying to do here. I want to come in. Oh, another thing I need to do from that dot, I need you to measure up another, about 7/16 from here up, going towards the belly up here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is come in from this point and make a circle and use this line that we just made perpendicular to the center line as a tangent point. And we're going to come around and we're going to come over and just under the wing here, like that. And then I heavied that up, and then what I'm going to do is go this way and do the exact same thing. Okay, that's going to come around like this. So that's our path. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a pear, a ruby pear. I'm going to undercut along here and over here, and then there is a slight indentation. You may want to come up maybe a 1/2 inch more on the center here, and we're going to round this over once we stage this down. But we got to reduce this material in here. This goes down probably a good 1/8 of an inch. So let me show you how I do that. I'm going to change my bit, and I'm going to use the pear, which is the ruby pear, this one here. It looks like he needs to be cleaned up a little bit. We've been using him a lot. He's taking a little bit of a beating. So here we go. I'm going to start down the middle right here, and that's just transitioning. We're not going real heavy there. But I'm going to stay on the outside of a pencil line. So the pencil line is staying on these arcs going around here. And I'm coming around here. Lift a little bit. And then, excuse me. And then I'm going to come through on this side and do the exact same thing. Coming around right up under the wing, but I'm not going into the wing. I want to stop it just as we get there. Now, what I want you to see is here's our center line, okay? And then when we ran this channel through here, you have an upper edge right here, and you have a lower edge, and we've got a valley down in here. And that's the same way on both sides. You got an upper edge, you got a valley down there, and then you got this other edge down here. Now, what I want to do at the bottom of here, I want to blend all this away. So I will use the pear to push this down. This rump, if you can look at it in profile here, sort of comes up. Well, this really slides straight down. So let me show you how I create that. I come in here, I start taking material down so it slopes right on down to our rump at the bottom of the wing, of the tail feathers. So all this is starting to slope, and I don't want to bump. I want an actual just slide right down. I'm going to clean everything up. I'm going to try not to hit any of the burn I've done, but if you do, no big deal. We can go back over it again. That happens. So I'm coming in here. Now I'm coming up under the wing here. I want to try to be careful there too, but I'm going to clean that out as best I can. And make a complete slope right on down. Let's see if I can get this cleaned up here. Let you see this a little bit again. Here's our one coming around. This is the valley now. I'm putting the pencil in. Okay. And we're down, not quite an eighth. Maybe I'm a little bit more than I said I wanted, but I still have, what I have is like edges still here that I never took away completely. So I'm going to come in here, really take that down right here. So it's going to look like a two-tiered setup in there. And that's what I'm trying to create. At the same time, what I want is this rump looks like it's going to come up and slide right in there and not have a bump or anything else. So I'm trying to make a nice transition right out of there, straight down to the rump. And there shouldn't be any remnants of that other channel edge. And if I see it, I'm going to go after it, okay? So, I don't know if you see that well, but that's what I'm trying to achieve. I see just a slight up and down, so I'm trying to get this just to slope out and go down. Now that we got that going, and I'm going to show you, I'll put that pencil line at the bottom of here. It's a little more than a 16th, and it's not quite an eighth, so on a drop from the top to the bottom here. So I exaggerate a little when I said a good eighth of an inch. It isn't, okay? So now, what I want to do is roll all this around so that you don't have this upper edge and everything softens out. So I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to come in here with the pear, and I'm going to take a 30 degrees pitch to that pencil line. And I'm going to just spin around on there. And once the pencil line starts disappearing, then I know I got down to the bottom. And I accomplished that. So what you're getting is, I got an edge right here that I should have taken out when I was rounding the breast area, and there's a little bit of a flat in there, so I'm just coming in to get rid of that. Excuse me again. Get my hat in the way here. Okay, so here's what I've done. I've gotten rid of everything. The pencil line was right here, and I came around, and I can feel a little bit of an edge right here, but everything else is smooth. It like rolls over, and it goes under here, and it rolls around to here. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to come down on a 30-degree pitch to that pencil line and try to round it over so that this becomes the high spot, or like it's doming from one side to the other. And this is all rolling right across here. If I sound a little foggy, it's because I've been under the weather a little bit. I don't know if I caught a cold or what, but we're trying to get some things done tonight and get this going so that we can keep you guys going. So that right now is in pretty good shape. I don't know how much you can see of that, but we have that pretty much where we want it. We have this rolling around here. We have this rolling around here. You have all this sloping down, and this is what it looks like in profile. I hope you can see that well. And everything slides down to the rump here, okay? So, let me see. Now, after you get that all done, I'm going to ask you to come in and do some hand sanding to smooth this all out, because we're eventually going to put feathers in here. And then the other thing I want to do too is we want to get these wing coverts in here. And I'm going to ask you between these 2 points to sand that out too. And just getting a piece of sandpaper in there, or if you have one of those mandrels with the sanding buttons, you can come in and just clean that out and sand it nice and smooth. And then we'll draw some feathers in there, and or you could do it just like this. Okay, and I'll show you how to put that in afterwards. And remember, a lot of the cleanup can be done with, this is like a horsehair brush. And what I do is I stick this in my micro grinder, a hand piece, run it at half speed, because you don't want these things flying back at you. They're not made for the speed. Now, you see all the dust that's in here. As soon as I do this, I can get all the dust out of our burn that we did. So it'll revive it and get it back to the way it looked, real sharp and darker. And it gets all the dust out. And we'll do this a couple of times, just even before we paint, to get the coloring in there. But you could see all that dust gets out of there. And you can even do the upper part here just to see where you're at. And that really brings it back. And if you have some spots you missed, you just come in here. And it's just a light brushing. You're not trying to do a lot to it. And it's this is very good to have. It's a horsehair brushes. So If you have some, great. And if not, we have toothbrushes, and the toothbrush can do the same thing. So you can come in and you can just brush things out like that, and you can accomplish the same thing. So you don't need everything, like I said, that we have, but we'll show you all the advantages and of having other type of tools to use as well. So I would ask you to sand this all out, and on the next video we'll finish this up in here, and then we're going to start marking out the feathers, and I'll show you how to do that on the belly side. And we're coming down the home stretch, getting our eyes in then, and then we're going to be priming it, and then pretty soon painting it. So we're getting closer. So see you on the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you ever need anything, please give me a holler. I have email in my comments section, and just let me know if there's anything you're looking for, or what you may need, or any questions involved, okay? And if you enjoy all this, is to subscribe to my channel. That would help me out greatly too. So hope to see you on the next video, and thanks again.